Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Friends Podcast, man. Thank you so much for joining us, man, once again, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank y'all for coming through, man. Let me introduce myself. My name is Matt, and I'm here with my co-host.
My name is Rod, and this is the Friends Podcast. Make sure you check us out everywhere. We're streaming on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, YouTube. Also, check out our socials at the Friends Pod and engage people. We're here for you when they talk about some of the things that you guys are having on your mind, as well as some things that we have on our mind.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So yeah, we here, like you said, engage with us, man. Let us know what y'all thinking, man. But I guess we can go ahead and get into how we always do. Y'all know what time it is, man. So I guess what was going on with you this week, Rod?
Man, this weekend was very weird for me. A lot of bullshit going on. It's just random, like just things that just you don't really expect to hit you, and it just hit you. And
Okay, can you expand on that? You being very vague.
yeah, I guess because I'm feeling like it's really nobody business.
Oh, I feel that. I feel
Um,
that. Yeah.
yeah, it's just sometimes things just pop up that you just never expected, and you just gotta deal with it and figure it out.
Okay. Okay. So
Um,
it wasn't a very enjoyable weekend. Sound like.
nah, not for me. What about you?
Man, goddamn. Man, man. All I can do is laugh when I think about what the fuck happened this weekend, bro. Like, nigga, what was bro name we had on? Justin the producer, man. Shout out to Justin the producer for telling me about the Taylor Port, the like wine slash whiskey or whatever it was. Man, that shit had me gone like never before. Nigga, I was on somebody's balcony sleep. That shit was bad, bro. That shit was bad. Nigga, I was in that bit knocked out. Nigga really came and gave me a pillow on the balcony. I was really on a wooden balcony, bro. That was Friday. Saturday, went to MSU, Michigan State. For y'all that don't know, for the game, just kind of kicked it with some homies, man. Had a good time up there, man. And Sunday, really just relaxing, man. Just trying to recalibrate, man, because I had too much to drink this weekend. But other than that, man, I've been chilling, man. I've been chilling, during the week and all that type of shit. But
Yeah, it sounds like a lot.
man, yeah, that ain't even the half of it. I gave y'all the abridged version. I didn't give y'all the whole thing, but you know what I mean. So that's what's going on with me this week. But I am ready to go ahead and get into these topics, man. Go ahead and
For
get the
sure.
people what they want. I'm trying to think. What should we talk about first, man? We got so many good topics for y'all. Man, we be having so much stuff. We be having to like save shit, man. We be having to save shit for the next episode. But I don't know what you think we should talk about first.
I'm kind of think we should talk about that indentured servitude.
Yeah. Okay.
What you thinking about it?
Okay. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get into that. Then
Let's do it.
let's get into
Let's
that. This
go.
nigga, man. This nigga stupid. Yeah. So let's kind of talk about that, man. I think we all know that like indentured servitude. You know what that is. Like when you kind of let me go ahead and give y'all the textbook definition of indentured servitude because y'all might not know about that. Give me 1 second to Google that. I ain't had that prepared, but so this is what they
Sometimes
say.
life throws you lemons. You gotta make lemonade with that shit.
You feel me? But so this is what they say, man. Indentured servitude is a form of labor where an individual is under contract to work without a salary to repay an indenture or loan. So it's kind of what we kind of want to talk about today. So we see this article by truthout.org. We'll post this in the description for you guys to check out for yourselves. But the title is More U.S. Employers Are Trapping Workers in a New Form of Indentured Servitude. So I guess you
Yeah,
kind of want to, take them through like what's going on with this shit.
yeah. But I was thinking about prior to this when we were discussing, like sometimes you don't expect things to happen, and then it came in my mind. I was like, sometimes like God gave us Hove, and then He gave us Blueprint.
He did. He did.
Like sometimes it takes steps and trials and to figure out where you're going to. And
This nigga just be talking, man. I swear. Just be talking. Like, what does that mean? Nigga, go ahead and tell the people what's going on with the indentured servitude shit in 2022.
I don't know if I really want to talk about it. I thought you had something to say about it.
Man. All right, let's move. Okay, let's get into it. Let's get into a fun topic then, man. Because I feel like there's gonna be some interesting shit. Because we had talked about this shit the other day in terms of I can't even remember how we even got to saying this, got to talking about it. But like,
I know one thing
nigga.
I do want to.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
You about to go, you about to take it there 0 to 100 real
No,
quick.
no, take it where you was gonna take it first then.
Yeah. Woo. Like that's crazy. That's way later.
Okay.
Deion Sanders says Grambling State attendance was pathetic.
Yeah. Okay.
So Deion Sanders, as you know, he's coaching in college football. It was really going bad that game. They were playing Jackson State versus Grambling State.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, at the half times, Deion Sanders' team was losing tremendously, and basically once they got back into the locker room, he started going off on every last one of them, and they came out and made a big second half performance and tripled their score pretty much.
Damn.
But he had some comments. Basically, he was talking about the Jackson turnout. He said that was phenomenal, which is the opponent's team, but the Grambling turnout was pathetic. And this is quotation mark. We always talking about we got y'all and we're for the culture. Where they at? Sanders asked rhetorically. Then when we get up by 2 touchdowns, they start running for the cars. That's what I mean by this traditional mess. Tradition? What tradition? When a team gets up on you, leave.
Mm-hmm.
When we get up on Miami, I mean FAM, the band left. That's not tradition. That's front runners. That's what's got to change. And then that's kind of the conversation I wanted to talk about. I always feel like us as a people, we always say we need to support each other.
Mm-hmm.
And when it came to sports and stuff like that, we want our athletes to not go to, particularly our black athletes, to try going to black institutions and boosting their schools up instead of other institutions.
Right.
So now that these athletes coming out of high school are choosing, changing their decisions and going to black institutions, where's the turnout?
Right.
And that's really where he's leading and alluding to. It's like, all right, I came here to this school. I got players to come here who are really good players. We are winning games. And why can't we have the turnout and you guys are leaving? The band is leaving. Like, what? I'm doing everything that everybody say that they want. And then why aren't the people showing the love as they should? Because this is what they asked for.
I think Rome wasn't built in a day, right? And I think I might be wrong, but I feel like Deion Sanders is like the first NFL legend to go coach a football team in the HBCU for real. And I know he had like high aspirations on like we really want to change the landscape of this shit. Like bring the black players is going to them, the PIWs. Like come over here, man. Like let's bring it back to the community. You know what I mean? Like let's keep it in the community. Right, he got high aspirations, but at the same time, I don't think it's gonna change overnight. And the reason I say that is because I feel like when it comes to like HBCUs, I don't know. I used to live down the street from an HBCU, and we ain't really talk about the football team like that. We talked about the band. We talked about the battle of the band shit. You know what I mean? That was really what people was the most interested in. So it's like when it comes to football, I don't even think niggas really trying to tune into that shit for real. I don't know, but I do think you got a point though. I think that if we always talking about like support, like all that shit, like let's do it. But I don't think that we tied into HBCU football.
I mean, let's talk about it a little bit more.
Okay.
You said you grew up around HBCU.
Yeah.
You guys only had respect for the band. Why
I
was
ain't gonna
that?
say only respect. I'll just say like when it came to like
And
let's
what
talking
school was
about
it?
it was Alabama A&M. So it's like when it came to like
Alabama. Not the
yeah.
Alabama, but
No, yeah, no, it was A&M. It was A&M. So I live like I ain't gonna say down the street, but it was like real close to me. But when we talked, that was like the only HBCU in Huntsville, and so like
how good was the team?
I don't even know. I have no idea. I have no idea. But I knew the band. Like I used to, when people would talk about events going on up there, it would be like the band shit. It would never be talking like, oh, let's go to the football game. Like maybe we'll go to and then also, I mean, football big in the South too. Like I feel like it's bigger than basketball. But also we had Alabama, University of Alabama. We had Auburn. Like we was really fans of those two. Like when it come to HBCUs, we didn't really care too much about the football team. I could be speaking for myself, but I don't know why that is though. I mean, did you go up like hearing about the bands versus the actual HBCU teams, like the basketball, football teams?
I didn't grow up next to a HBCU, so I don't really have that same kind of connection as you did. That's what I was asking you.
Yeah.
Um, I guess I did grow up near Winston-Salem State University,
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
and that's when Chris Paul was playing in college.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I was growing up around that time. Um, that's the only time that I really ever paid attention to Winston-Salem State when Chris Paul was playing.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, like he was balling, like he
You
was
know what
going
it is
crazy.
though? Not to cut you off, my bad, but like I think it really just come back to like being conditioned to like really care more about like the big name, the white schools. I really think that's what it is. Like we conditioned for Nike, we
Is
conditioned
Winston-Salem
for
State a white school? I don't think so.
no, but I'm saying like the fact that you was like that's the only time I paid attention. But I'm sure you probably watched like maybe Alabama play many times. And
Nah, to be real, I don't even like football.
okay, okay, I feel you. But I mean,
So
many
I
many
feel like I'm a
people,
bad like example, but like you,
yeah,
if you speak in general,
yeah, yeah. I'm talking about in general, like
yeah.
niggas watching Alabama, Auburn, niggas watching,
I just want to make sure niggas don't think it's me because that's not me.
yeah. Nah, I feel that like niggas watching uh Texas, the Longhorns, niggas watching USC. And I think we conditioned because those are the quote unquote bigger schools, those are the white schools. We conditioned to be like, nah, actually I really only care about these football teams, these basketball teams. Like I don't even know and then I think it's a division thing too. I don't know if there's any D1 HBCUs. I could be absolutely wrong. 'Cause I don't really know too much about college sports. I'm gonna verify that, but I think that might be what it is. Like it's conditioning.
I definitely think that's what it is.
Yeah.
It just people are just not used to going to the games like that. People ain't really been buying the tickets, and people don't go to that school for the sports.
This is true.
So if it's never been big and the culture's never been big there, like going to Michigan State or something like that, it's known for a sports culture and a certain type of culture that's around the campus. Like it's a campus, meaning that the city is pretty much the campus to me.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Um, I feel like that's the difference. So when you're going there, you're going for a particular experience. You know what you're probably gonna get, and I just feel like if you're going to a Grambling State, primarily that's not what black people and whoever was attending that school was going to. They wasn't going there to go watch the games. Obviously, they only want to see a couple quarters. Say like, "Hey, we here, we support it," but we not really in tune with this because it's not. We're not big fans like that.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
that's the thing. Is like you need to just because like you change the program and everything, don't mean the students and the people that are going to that school really like enjoy that particular sport or like what they like to go and see. That means they're gonna have to bring in fans from the city and around the area
Right. Right.
if it's not the student base. and the band as the issue that he had with saying, and the complaint there I heard that they said was it was just too hot in the southern states. Maybe wearing them big ass suits and be in the
Yeah,
stands. Ain't no air conditioning like that. Like you want to just wait the whole game. So like maybe they gotta fix up the stands for the band a little bit. Like get them some fans or something. Like help them out. Like do something. If you know they're gonna be there and people love the band, like how you said Yo City loved the band, make sure the band comfortable.
yeah, for sure. And I'm taking a look at Grambling right now. It looks like it's in Grambling, Louisiana. It looks like it's a little ways from Shreveport, from Monroe, from like the major cities. You know what I mean? So I'm also thinking like, okay, if we really being for real, like I don't know if white people give a fuck about HBCUs. So it's like maybe it's just like the black population not enough to even make it that turnout. But the South is real black though. There's a lot of small Southern black towns, like majority black towns. I don't know if they just don't want to come through. Like maybe it's just surrounded by white areas where they don't give a fuck about HBCUs and they're not coming to turn out. Like, but it
I
would
feel like
be
if it was really a team of really great players and they were winning every single game, Division 1, it will make a difference because like then the TV ESPN has to give them guys exposure,
they got to, yeah.
and that get people to look and listen and become engaged. Um, People love a winner, and but you don't really see that type of story really happen coming from these small colleges. They just um, started from nothing and then rise to the championships. People love that kind of story. That's a fairy tale story um, that we're just not gonna see like that. And it's only like even when that does happen, like what was that college here in St. Peter's? What they did in the NCAA tournament,
Right.
and the coach and everybody went pretty far. No one expected that,
Nobody,
and
yeah.
and immediately the next season, what the coach do? He left. He went to a different team. Players
Yeah.
start looking for different options because they got a little notice. They go to better colleges where they might be known better, have a better opportunity. And I don't blame them because that's not typical. It's a fairy tale. You want to go somewhere that has a strong foundation. Um, so I feel like that's the big difference there.
And I'm
Depend-
taking a look. I was wrong. So there's like 20 plus D1 HBCU teams. So like they are in the D1. Like when it
They
comes to
definitely are. I didn't agree with you there for
yeah,
sure.
I honestly was just talking. I really couldn't verify it, but yeah. So I did verify it. Now there is a lot. So it's just like they D1. Maybe they just not performing like they need. So I don't know, man. But I just think all in all, like we done talked about this on the podcast before, like supporting black. I was gonna say black businesses, but black. I don't even know what to call it. Black entities. Like that's important for sure because if we not
Man,
gonna
you
support it, they
don't
not.
care
How you say? How you figure that?
because you ain't go. You said like back in the day you was by the black college. You ain't go.
I didn't go to the games. I went
You
up
ain't
there.
go.
I definitely. I went to like a summer program up there.
Mm.
Like I didn't go to the games though. Like I didn't go to no games. I didn't even go to my high school games. Like probably like one or two. But I don't fuck with football just like you don't. So it's like
I went to high school games though. Cause that's just like where people would all go for some reason.
I remember nigga was talking about like somebody got the AK-47 up there. I was like, nope, I'm not going back up there.
Mm.
Niggas not finna get shot. I'm not finna get shot for no football team.
I
Fuck the
mean, maybe it's
bullshit.
just practice, shooting cans.
No.
That's what they do in the South.
No, they do. They definitely do. But yeah, I think all in all, we could just wrap that one up. I feel him though. I definitely feel Deion Sanders. Like I said, shit not gonna happen overnight. You can't just come in and change just because you Deion Sanders, a legend. Like you ain't just gonna come in and change shit immediately.
Yeah,
So
just because you're a legend, don't get ahead of yourself.
yeah,
Legend, what legend really mean though? You can't change shit. That's what he's saying. That's what Matt's saying right here.
I mean, yeah, that is what I'm saying. Like, what how just because okay, like what if like
I'm not saying that. I believe someone can come in and change the culture and change the outlook of the program.
So like, okay,
I
Michael
think
Jordan.
I hold on.
Go
I
ahead.
think this is just the beginning, and Deion Sanders is correct in speaking out and trying to get
Absolutely.
the city's attention, trying to get the students' based attention, because if he doesn't, it's just gonna keep happening. And I'm always with people speaking out for what they believe in, and if they're doing something per se for our people, it should be have a significant amount of notoriety to it. So,
Notoriety. Nigga don't know what the fuck he just said. But I agree though. I agree 100% though, for sure, for sure.
so
Yeah. So let's go ahead and move into this next topic, man. Do you want to get into that one or not?
what was the topic? You didn't
You know
say
the one
nothing.
I was going to intro earlier.
I'm not a mind reader.
Nigga, you know, man, this nigga, man, this nigga so difficult, man. All right, man.
I
So let's
ain't
go
hear
ahead
you
and get.
say nothing. What did you say?
Yeah, you definitely heard me, but let's go ahead and get into
What
it,
was the
man.
first topic?
Okay, look, I'm gonna tell you. I forgot what sparked this conversation we was talking about the other day, but we was talking about nigga with the A and with the ER. Like, is it this?
Oh, that. Oh, that's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I can't remember exactly what sparked it. I wish we'd give y'all some background, but uh, I don't know. I think you had asked me like, oh, is it the same word? Like, really, technically, it is. It really kind of is the same word, and we just kind of want to have a conversation about that. Like, from its origins to where it is today. Like, has it really changed? It's in all the rap songs. You know what I mean? Like, everybody saying the shit. Has it really changed though? I don't know. To me, I feel like it's always been what it is, and I think that even if you talk to like older black generations and they say it, like the ways in which they use it is always in a negative term, or they mean like ignorant. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't think it really changed. Like niggas talk about they repurposed it, but at the same time, I feel like it's not. It's kind of like when women talk about like, oh yeah, that's my bitch over there. Try to repurpose that. Like at the same time, it's like it's still kind of the same shit. I don't know. What's your thoughts on it though?
Um. Yeah. I mean, we were talking about this, the A versus ER, and to me, I feel like it's the same thing. Um. Because when you think about it, I think about it in terms of what you allow white people to say, or what you allow any other culture to say. Every time a black person be like, oh, if they say nigga, man, I'm gonna slap the shit out of them and beat their ass.
With the A,
Yep,
yeah,
with the A. Also, if white person or any other culture or anything like that be like, say nigger, man, I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna slap the shit out your mouth.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's no difference there, like in your response to it.
It's really not. It's not. It's not.
So to me, that it's pretty much the same thing. Like it's just like it's a triggering word. Like both of them triggers you. And really, the ER version is like almost like it's thought of as a back in the day verb. No one really uses the ER version.
I
And
mean,
really, if anyone says the ER version, people hear it different.
yeah.
Like it doesn't matter because it's just like because it's just not common anymore.
No,
Because it's like
I just seen somebody tweet that shit to a black girl the other day.
because I feel like it kind of graduated. Like the ER just turned into like an A. Like it's Hispanic or something. Um, it's just a little weird to me. Like
Yeah,
why do you, why is it really even like a big deal in a sense? Like why do we hold so much weight to nigger or nigger? Because at the end of the day, it's really just a word. Like to be honest, I'm not gonna fight anyone off over like words and shit. Like it's really not that big a deal to me.
I'm not either. I'm not either. I mean, I'm gonna tell you not to say the shit, but I'm not gonna. There's no reason to go to come to blows over it.
And it depends who it is. I may not even tell you. I may just walk away. Like it take way more. effort and like guts and shit to just walk away from something because it's just like it's not even worth your time to even respond to. Like
So you don't think there's any value in trying to like tell somebody why it's wrong?
it depends. That's why I say who it is. If it's some random person on the street that's just yelling it, no. And I'm like
Yeah.
in the New York area, and I've even had it growing up as a kid. White people just yelling racial slurs at me. I believe I talked about it in some of our past episodes. Um, just yelling it, and I just kept pedaling. I didn't understand at the time, but it was just like yeah, okay.
Yeah, but we adults now. We understand the weight of it, and we understand like what people mean when they say it for real, for real. So I don't know. I do think I feel like
So you're gonna get a gun? You gonna shoot somebody?
for, over a word, nah.
But you black. You the culture.
I'm not the culture.
You don't think you're the culture?
I'm part of the culture. I'm not the culture.
Mm.
But I mean, what's the point of shooting somebody over a word? Like that's stupid. That's like shooting somebody over $20 that they owe you. I
It's
mean, it
not
might be the
about the word.
principle.
It's about the respect and the principle. Exactly.
Yeah, yeah, it could be the principle of it, but like I'm
Like
not
if
finna shoot
someone
them.
talk saying like you a N word, a nigger, what you gonna do? Lay in your face. If it was a white person,
See, that's the interesting thing though, because if it's
he's
aggression for
saying
real,
aggression.
if it's aggression for real, then it might have to come to blows. It might have to, because that disrespect at the end of the day, it's always disrespect. But at the same time, it's like,
Exactly. Like you can't walk away.
yeah, like at some points, yeah, it's like, how can I walk away from this? You know what I mean? I don't know, man.
Is that your manhood
It's not even
rather than the
that.
word, or
It's not the
like what is it?
manhood. I feel like I'm not no super prideful ass nigga where it's like, oh, like one of them type niggas. But it's really just the disrespect and like you disrespect and like you don't got no respect for a black man because
It's not even about being a black man. It's about being a man. Period. I feel like if another man walks up to you and say you pussy, you gotta say something back.
no, you don't.
Of course, I know that. And like, I don't really give a fuck.
Right? That's what I'm saying. Like, what nigga? Okay, I'm
It,
pussy. All right. Yeah.
like,
Okay.
it really like be like, all right, like
Yeah.
I'm saying that now, but like
Yeah. Nah.
let one of y'all niggas
Exactly.
try me. Like,
Exactly.
it's not
Exactly.
really that sweet, but
It's not.
like, but like, yo, like,
But also, I feel like that depends too. It depends on who calling you pussy though, right? I think.
what you mean?
I'm saying like who calling you pussy though? Like, is it a random person on the
Well,
street?
if it's a scrawny dude versus a buff
You could
dude,
you can look at it like that too.
no,
Like
that's all.
a big 6'9" type 500 pound nigga, like nigga you pussy. Like oh, okay.
That boy wild. That
You're like,
boy got
damn.
jokes.
Like bro, you funny
You
dog.
know, like you really like Dwayne Rock.
You're
Like
right.
that boy
No,
crazy.
I do think. I mean, I guess it depends. Like you got to pick your battles though. I think that's really just the whole gist of the conversation. Like choose your battles wisely, cause some battles you can't win, some you can. Um, I don't know. I do think I agree with you though. I guess I mean it's just a word. It's kind of hard to look at it like that when you really
I'm just
know
thinking
shit.
about in terms of moving forward. Like I
Yeah,
understand where it comes from. I understand the past of it. I understand the weight of it. I grew up it. I am that issue, that problem. And it's just like now I just feel like I don't care as much. I'm not trying to give that weight. I'm not trying to give it power anymore. Like if anyone says it or does anything with it, it really doesn't matter to me. Like I can say it freely. Like where I just don't feel anything. Like I say nigger, nigga, my nigga. Like, is it really anything? Like it's if he's saying what nigga means, and people always black people want to change the definition of it and saying this is what it means to me. What's the difference between just saying my nigger?
it's no
Like
difference.
saying it, you just changing it. I'll be like, oh, that's what it means to me, and that's what it is. Like we just been changing shit. It's like and we changed it so much where it's just like it's the same shit for real.
Just like I was telling, remember I told you the other day, but it's like player and player. We say shit with a different twang sometimes. We just add an A on this shit. Like I feel like that's really how it like originated for real. But I don't know, man. I think it's case by case. Gotta choose your battles, pick your battles. But folks, let us know what you guys think. Like, is this word still something that we should even really focus on? Would you go up to somebody and be like, "Nah, don't say that shit"? Which I've done that before. Like, I'm gonna do that. Like, somebody I didn't even know. If you say that shit in my presence, I'm gonna tell you. It ain't gonna be no checking type shit, like on some rah type shit. But I'm gonna say shit. But
I guarantee it ain't nobody like Tough.
what is tough though?
You know Tough. It's if you don't say nothing, they tough to you.
If you say if I don't say nothing, they tough.
They tough to you.
Who is tough though? I don't even know who tough. Like, who's tough?
I just explained what tough meant.
I know, but niggas ain't.
That's why that means it varies to person to person.
Niggas don't put no fear in my heart, man. I'm not scared of these niggas for real. I mean, like,
if a nigga really said like some blah blah blah, and like you just looking at that nigga and like, yeah, he'll wash me. Like, you just know.
Hey, I gotta do it for the cause, bro.
Then you gonna say some shit under your breath or like when you get back home.
Ain't no under the
like
nah. I'm a grown ass man. Ain't no under the breath shit.
If you with your girl,
ooh,
when a nigga say some real crazy shit,
yeah,
just like he ain't really specifying to you, just on the other side of the room, just saying some shit. You really just gonna be like, yo, hey yo, like relax. Hey, bro, like just start, just like get real in your face. Like, nah, it's your problem.
I'm like, damn, babe, that nigga crazy, huh? Like some shit like that.
Like, you gotta put yourself in a predicament where you can look real, just crazy. Like,
that's a different dynamic though, because if your girl see you lose that fight, it might be. And we talked about this before though. Like, if she see you lose that fight, it might be over. She might go home with that nigga. To be honest.
Man,
I don't know, man.
Realistically, she probably won't go home with that nigga, but she will look at you a little. No, it ain't even. She gonna look at you a lot differently.
Like, nigga, what?
Like, you really like. You got washed right in front of your girl, like, like it was really like a nigga who was big, like he was really fucking you up, like when your girl had to really take you home.
Right,
like you drove to the place
over her shoulder and shit. Like,
nah, like they literally put you in the back seat just to be like, get some rest.
That's crazy.
And your girl just had to drive back home and be like, babe, we back home.
Like, that's crazy. Having to wake you up is crazy.
Like, we back at the crib, like trying to go to the house. Only thing you can do is just hold your face and just be like,
"Oh shit,
oh man!" Like,
she'll look at you entirely differently. Like, it's not gonna be the same relationship dynamic. And for those reasons, that's why I say you got to pick your battles, choose your battles wisely, for sure. Because you don't want that shit to change your dynamic for real.
You got to get a weapon.
At that point, you might have to spin back on, bro. I ain't even gonna lie, but yeah, man, I think we pretty much done with that topic. Like I said, let us know what y'all thinking about that. Is it different? Is nigga really different than nigger these days in 2022? Let us know, man. I guess with that being said, we can get into this next topic, and then we can kind of wrap it up there. I don't know. I feel like I need you to intro this because I don't really know. We talked about this a little bit, but I don't really know where you was going with it. With the A mic B mic thing. So kind of speak on like what you was trying to convey.
Oh, well, folks. Let's talk about before we started this podcast and when we were discussing how everything will pretty much play out, how it will work. One of the things that you happened to mention was, all right, so who's A mic, who's B mic?
I said that?
Yeah. Damn. And then the thing that always just kind of been in the back of my brain a little bit when I think about it, and I started looking at podcasts a little different. I'm like, because to me, I guess it never really mattered, But I guess there really is like someone who should always keep the energy up and always be entertaining in an aspect of the podcast.
Yeah, I mean, look at the Ricky
So
Smiley show. Look at Russ Parr. Look at Steve Harvey on the radio.
yeah,
You know.
someone always has to be the person that engages everyone and keeps the energy up and keeps the. It's
Mm,
like being a manager of a kitchen
yeah, Howard Stern. Like, yeah.
or something like that. Like you gotta have someone managing the kitchen and getting the orders in and out. Like if you
Hmm.
don't have that, the whole service is gonna fuck up.
Right, right.
And it's just like when you were saying that A mic, B mic, I was thinking, um, I guess we're just gonna both be A mic. Like what? Like really, like it's both like just conversation back and forth. And I don't know, just as things gone down and how we've gone so far, what do you think of that?
I feel like I haven't really thought of it. Like, I forgot I even brought that shit up. To be honest, I feel like I forget a lot of shit. But I think I don't know. I think it varies. I think maybe I can be A mic sometimes, and maybe you can be A mic sometimes, or yeah, A mic sometimes. I
What does
think it
that mean to
varies.
you, A mic and B mic?
I feel like the person that facilitates the show, like, so I'm if I'm the one that's like bringing intro and the topics, if I'm the one that's transitioning, if I'm the one that's doing that, I feel like that's an A mic type thing. You know, um, B mic is just somebody to offer commentary on the person that intros the topics. You know what I mean? That's kind of how I look at it, right? And I think it can vary between from episodes. Even if we're doing interviews, whoever's asking the most questions, shit like that. So I think that it kind of varies between us, but it's not something that I even really think of a lot, to be honest. Because like I said, I forgot I said the shit, and I just be getting through these episodes like, all right, let's what I'm
No,
saying,
that's
let's
something
let's move.
before it even began. Before we even did episode one, you brought that up.
Yeah. Okay.
But I
Okay.
feel like
But
that was based on looking at other podcasts. Like you know who is the lead.
yeah, well, I just know. I feel like I knew that. Like I said, I don't remember saying that, but I feel like I knew that that was a thing. A mic, B mic. Like I said, Howard Stern, Joe Rogan podcast.
What did you think
You
your
know,
role was?
I don't think I had one yet, to be honest, because I haven't. I tried podcasting before, but I didn't think I had a role specifically. Did you feel like you wanted to be A or B like back then? Like what was in your mind back then?
No, no, I'm not. Hold on one second. I'm getting to a point.
Okay, okay.
What do you think your role is now?
Like I said, it can go A to B. It could go. It depend on who got the energy that day, you know, who facilitate the show for real. I
You
don't think
think
it's
that's
like
you think that's a good way to go about it?
that's a good question. I don't know.
You think it should just always differ? Or it should always run away in a specific way in the order.
I don't know. That's a good question. I never really thought. I can't really think of no shows where like is where it goes back and forth. I'm sure there are some, but I mean all the ones that I've named, like it's named the Russ Parr Show, it's named the Howard Stern Show, it's named the Joe Rogan Experience, and they're the A mic. So maybe it is value in having just a solid A mic that is always gonna be on it.
Yeah, I see that in some shows, but also seeing in like people with two as well.
Yeah.
Um,
I was gonna say like horrible decisions, like who is it? That's Mandy and what's her name? Bridget Kelly.
yeah, or
Like I
poor
don't think
minds.
there's a yeah, I don't think there's a well. Sometimes I watch Poor Minds and I feel like Lex P is the A mic for real.
She with the jokes for sure.
Yeah, I feel like she the one that facilitated a lot of the time. Like Carlos, like 85 South,
That's
like that's A.
obvious.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like yeah, pretty
Carlos is
much.
every episode.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, he's a staple right there. I don't know. That's a good question. I never even thought about it like that. Is there value in always having the same person be the A mic? I don't know. Do you feel like there is?
Personally, I'm not sure, but I'm always just kind of thinking about what direction the show maybe needs to go in, and I I feel like we gotta change it up and do it dramatically. Like I feel like we gotta do things with purpose. Like if we're gonna, I feel like when we come up with topics and things like that, it can't just be right before the show. Like it's gotta be at least 24 hours so you can at least think about the topics, read up on it,
Yeah.
and not just looking at a link in the title and be like, oh yeah, all right, let's go. Like I feel like it has to be some type of preparation to it,
Mm-hmm.
or
Mm-hmm.
the show is already gonna appear a certain way. Like
Yeah, that's real. Cause we can't talk about shit in depth if we just look at it
yeah,
like just
we can't talk about nothing really. Like
yeah.
we could just think about a title on this or what our opinions on the gist of it, but we can't really speak about the topics without really having anything. Of course, we can come up like as we always do. We're podcasters, so we can think of things to say and think of things to discuss. Um, because we have over 50 episodes now, so it's always things to pull from.
Yeah. I feel you on that, but I'm the type of nigga I really just like talking, to be honest. Like I don't really. I mean, facts matter for sure, but like sometimes you kind of got to feel out something, like feel out the conversation, feel out what it is.
No, I'm not against that. I'm just saying preparation to some sort
No, I
is
feel no.
definitely needed. It can't be right before. It's got to be at least 24 hours. Like at least the topic, so you have some idea, like heading into it.
I wonder how
Because
other people prepare. Like I wonder if they do the same. Like if they prepare like weeks ahead, that they already know what they gonna say, or like 'cause sometimes I be feeling like some people just go in and just be like,
or maybe it's something where, like, obviously someone comes with the questions though. People don't just start a podcast without having anything at all. Um, I mean, some people probably do, but majority of people who know what they're doing, they're not coming in there completely blank. They have things that they want to discuss or talk about.
but then also think about it like this. Like I'm not saying that we're gonna do this, but what if we were just like, okay, we just gonna come in here every week and talk about an album. Like we probably done already listened to the album. Like that don't really. I mean, maybe listen to it one more time, like before the podcast. But like some things don't really need preparation. But I feel like for the things that we want to talk about, the topics that we want to put out to the universe, we definitely gotta, be educated. Because don't nobody want to hear nobody surface level just talking, talk about it. Let's go in depth with the shit. Like I definitely feel you on that. Like 100%. So
Yeah, I mean, we don't really talk about albums that often, but yeah, I get you in that instance. A lot of times when it comes to music or something like that, if we're gonna even get to that point, we'd be like, oh, we want to have an episode kind of about this. That means we both heard the album somewhat, and then had an opinion about it enough to even discuss.
hmm
But I still just feel like, um, well, what do you think is necessary for a woman audience?
like for us to for or just in general, like what attracts a woman audience.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm not a woman, but maybe I mean women like
if
them
you
like
can guess.
I about to say like women like them they like to hear other women talk for sure. I think. I don't know. I think they into the horrible decisions, they into the caller daddies. Um they probably are into some like empowerment type shit. They might listen to the Joe Budden podcast sometimes. I really don't know. I can't even say.
Hmm.
Um
It's just what you think. It's like your opinion of it. What do you think? Of course, like everyone have a different opinion of it for sure. But I mean, this is our podcast and this is your opinion. So, right on that show.
I mean that's it. I mean I really had no idea. I mean they probably
Um,
like sex talk. They probably like maybe a podcast about like women rappers they will listen to. Maybe a podcast about you know women empowerment they will listen to. Maybe like a meditate like a meditation type podcast because I feel like women more on that type time for the most part. I don't know.
I think women want to listen to the the thing that's most endearing to their emotions. Um, so they like things that affect their emotion. So they're gonna like things that are like reality TV.
They love true crime too.
Yeah, true crime. Um, they're gonna love things that are physically like they love sexually, like visually, like appearance. The appearance is very important. Like they love the talk about of appearance, the style of appearance, how you look. Um, to me, that just seems to be like a common theme. Like no
Okay.
matter your makeup or your body, like your oils, your hair, your nails, your feet, like blah blah blah. It's always your clothing. It's always about an appearance, like your body, your BBL, your shape, your twerking. Like it's always about an appearance to me when I think of it.
Mm.
And like I feel like that's what a woman audience really wants. Like they want something to be sexualized. They want something to be um yes, like they don't like it to be too forward, but they like it to be like clear, like in a sense. I don't know how to better say it.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah. That's. I guess if you want to generalize, I feel you on that. But obviously, women are into many types of things. There's many types of women out here. So, like, that's
Exactly.
why I
That's
can't
why.
call it.
That's the thing. Like this is always the conversation we have with black people, and we saying like they've been not monolithic. And even like the episode we had like maybe like a week ago, when I was like, all right, if we all had one particular person and he was about everything that was good in our community, and the next MLK, what the hell would you say? Like no one can ever agree on anything.
That's true. But that's the beauty of the world, though. If we was all the same, this shit would be boring as hell. Like, think about a neighborhood where all the houses look the same. Like, that shit is not. I wouldn't want to live there personally.
I feel like we always go back to this conversation.
You
Like
think
this
so?
one in particular right here.
Yeah.
Like the idea of being the same, like, cause I just feel like our culture, it's always like that. Like we're so enticed by being different that like we don't want anything the same. Like we don't come together on like a lot of things. Like when it comes to like different cultures and stuff like that, they embrace being together. They embrace being a family. They embrace staying close. Ours is always about being different and shiny things.
Well, it's kind of like the author Hannah was talking about individualism versus collectivism. I think when it comes to like Americans in general, I feel like most of us is individualists. We just kind of want to be.
I think when it comes to black people, it's individualist. When it comes to like different races, it's collectivism. Like they stood behind their beliefs. Like how the hell do you think slavery lasted so long? Like white people collectively was like, yeah, we majority think like we better than these niggas.
Hmm.
Like there was that's the majority like thought process.
Did they think that or were they told that?
Is that the same? Not is that not the same idea of being taught, like being everybody growing up with the same ideas as collectivism and individualism?
How I feel, I mean, I don't know. We
Like
wasn't there
that
back
is.
then, but I feel like what happened was somebody had the idea, and then they put this rhetoric out like, yes, you're better than the
No,
black
it's
man.
always been the idea since Christopher Columbus came over and just saw people. It was like savage because he couldn't understand and what they looked like.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So
It's an immediate reaction like I'm better than you. You're not human.
it's like an inherent thing. Yeah,
Like that, and everybody like I just agree with Christopher Columbus. Like, what the fuck is these people doing?
yeah. They don't live like us, so they gotta be, you know. I don't know,
And
man.
I
I
feel
think this
like
should get deep.
we were kind of conditioned to be individualistic in a sense. I mean, we always have this conversation all the time. That's what I mean.
We do. Like literally, we do.
Um,
We probably bring this shit up probably like once every 3 episodes for real. But it's an interesting conversation.
it relates to a lot of shit, just the way people think, and especially like our culture. It's just like, why do we do that?
I don't know. I feel like we probably wouldn't bring it up as much if we had the answers. Of like, okay, this is what it was. But I think it's really just a microcosm of so many things that we can't even pinpoint like a reason. Like, oh, it was this, it was that. Like, I just think it's some shit that was way before our time, and we can't even really grasp it because it's ingrained. You know what I mean? It just it's like the sky is blue. Like it just is what it is at this point. So I think that's why we bring it up because it's just intriguing. Like we want to know. We want to know why, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
So let's go on and get to this next topic that I got here. The title of this one here is "Researchers Say It'll Be Impossible to Control a Super Intelligent AI." So the idea here is artificial intelligence overthrowing humankind, which that's been talked about for fucking decades now.
Yeah,
Um, so scientists kind of delivered this verdict: if AI at a high level computer intelligence is human intelligence, really, it's literally a million brains, a trillion brains running by the second. If they get up to a certain level, there's nothing that humans can do because the computing power is way above anything that we can even comprehend. They're thinking so far in the future that the decisions that they make today would seem really crazy. Like if it was to be, oh, exterminate the humans, that could be something that like the AI intelligence determined that, hey, this needs to be done to protect everything, the earth, like just in general. Like the humans need to go, like the carbon footprint, all that, for the earth to drastically make a change and be fixed.
but let me ask you this though. Let me cut you off. So like, okay, so the AI decides that like, okay, exterminate the human race.
Or maybe
How?
like an AI, like they'll exterminate like majority, but they'll keep eggs of the humans to bring them back, like to bring back the race after like a certain amount of years.
But like, what is the AI connected to be able to carry that out though? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Are they connected to robots? Are they connected to our human brains? Like, what
AI
is
is
it?
artificial intelligence, so it's
Right.
computing. Like they are like an intelligence themselves. Like it computes it. Like it's always varying. Like it always thinks of possibilities, which is intelligence. To come up with multiple possibilities,
Right.
that's intelligence.
Based on the data it has. But like, what? So if it decided that and it was like exterminate the human race or parts of it, how could it carry that out if it's not a bot? It's not no. It's
For
not
it
a.
to get to that extent, that means it had to like think of went through a lot of possibilities, and was like, this is the highest possibility and the chance to save.
But I'm saying the computer not gonna jump up and do it, right? Like
What do
so.
you mean? When you did you ever see RoboCop?
Nope, never seen it.
No, and that's a Detroit movie.
That's what I'm saying. No, AI is connected to it could be connected to a robot. It could
Um,
be like them little robot dogs and shit. Like maybe they could do it.
what about iRobot?
Nope, never seen it.
You don't really fuck with AI and robot shit.
I don't really fuck with movies like that, but that's another
Okay.
conversation. But like
No, I guess I'm just trying to understand your point of view. Then, like, what are you saying?
because I'm saying like how to okay, yes, you're saying like yeah, okay, it could be dangerous, but like what is the AI connected to? It can't just be living in the computer and it decides this and then now we all dead. The AI has to be connected to a
That's
physical
the thing.
thing.
Is like, yes, it can be though.
But I'm saying, yeah, it is.
No,
It
that's why
can
I'm trying
be.
to understand. Is like where you why do you feel like that's not possible for a computer to say, hey, this needs to happen, and this is that's what we need to do. And you're just saying that you don't think they can actually carry out the action of destroying humans.
They can. They
Is
can.
that
But
what
then
you're saying? Like that's why I'm trying to understand. Like, okay, what are you saying?
But I'm
Because I
saying
think it could.
it has to be connected to a physical thing that can carry that out.
Why do you say it has to be connected to a physical thing? That's no, it doesn't. It's artificial intelligence. It's robot. Like it's not attached to anything. It's a computer. Like it's a system. Like it's a processor. Like it's just thinking of possibilities and solutions. Like that's the purpose of it. It's intelligence.
I understand that, but it's in a computer. A computer can't kill nobody.
Of course, a computer. No, okay. When I don't know if you ever. That's the thing. It's like when you watch these movies and shit. Yes, a computer. Okay, but you have robots. You have things like
Right.
that can be like
That are connected to it.
that could connect to it that could physically make it happen. Or there's like, or say bombs on the world or nuclear, like have nukes just hit the world. Just
Now
like
that could be interesting. Yeah.
Like there could be a multitude of different ways that AI may think and be like, all right, we're gonna just start sending nukes to the world that they can't stop.
Right.
Be like they can't override this. Like, no, this is it. This is AI. Like I'm taking over the system. I'm hacking it and
Right.
potentially.
Right. My thing is somebody has to connect it to a physical thing first, though. Right? Because the AI can't connect itself to something, can it? Or maybe it can if with all the intelligence it has. Maybe it can take over our cars and take over.
Yeah, I feel like it will. That's the thing. It can definitely take over cars. Like anything a hacker could do, artificial intelligence probably can do that way to a different level if it has the intelligence.
Yeah.
It
Which
just
is scary.
which exactly that I mean that's what so many movies and so many different things about. Like an AI system is it's not just like it's one computer like it stands still. It can go from it's a moving it's an internet it's web like it can move around like it's not to one spot. Like even if you shut down one place doesn't mean the AI is dead. It can move like it's not that's not what it is. It's almost like it could be a I don't want to even call it a virus, but it's just I don't know. It is the internet, and at least the way that I think about.
It's bigger than like if this really has like all the data in the world and can really compute off of that and just everything, then that shit is bigger than life. To be honest, if it's just in one system and it's all connected, like man, which I'm sure it probably is. Like these, I don't want to speak on it too much. I ain't no super conspiracy theorist, but these Google companies and these Amazons, like they probably playing around with this shit right now. Like, okay, what can we do? What can we feed into this shit and make happen? Like they probably playing with that shit right now. Meta probably playing with that shit, but I
They
think
know they are. That's literally why they switched it all over to trying to understand artificial intelligence. So many people are trying to understand. Elon Musk is even looking at. He has another company that literally are creating brain chips that you implant in your brain, and then you can just get information and things, everything just like right to your brain.
you getting the brain chip if they come up with one.
Yeah.
You tripping? What? I'm not letting nobody put nothing in my
How
head.
many iPhones have you have?
Have I had like
Yeah.
in ever?
Yeah.
Probably like 3 or 4.
Oh, you definitely getting a brain chip.
It's a little bit
You
different when
definitely getting
somebody.
one. Anybody
No,
who
hell
got
no.
multiple iPhones, oh, you getting a brain chip.
How? That's not the
Like,
same thing.
yeah, that is. That's the same thing to
No,
me.
it's
It's like
not. How? Okay.
you're easily like someone can tell you something and you just agree. Like, so anyone who just
No,
get an iPhone, like you're
no,
gonna get a brain chip.
no.
It's
That I don't
whatever's
know.
cool.
Nah, hell nah.
What?
Niggas, okay, maybe at the beginning niggas got iPhones because it was cool. I probably had the iPhone 4. That was probably my first one. But at the same time, like the way Apple integrates with other things, with my MacBook, all those things, that's why I kept with Apple. Now I got an Android, so it's like I'm not that susceptible to like, oh, put this brain chip in your head. Like that's crazy. I'm not putting nothing in my body that I mean, I was just fucked up on some alcohol, so I am putting strange things in my body. But at the same time, I'm not gonna put nothing in my brain. That's
Well,
that's the
that's your
that's the most
opinion.
important organ we got. For real?
That's your opinion. I believe most of y'all gonna get a brain chip. Most iPhone users is gonna get a brain chip for
No,
sure.
stop it, man. I don't know why you say. Why do you have a phone? You got a phone too, though, right?
I do got a phone
Okay. So then, what makes you different? Just because you got a Samsung?
because I don't need what
Because I'm
majority of people
I'm
got.
I'm away from the crowd. Nigga, get out of here. niggas want to be different so bad. You was just talking about this shit. Niggas want to be different, but you trying to be different.
Sometimes people don't gotta explain. Like
Nah, the fuck out of
I need y'all to understand. Like I'm really that guy.
This has been the Friends podcast. This nigga,
Like I be like real sick and tired of like it just be like what? Like I've never been a person to just be like, oh, I got an iPhone. Look how cool I am. Oh, I need that one.
who said that?
Like I need the new iPhone 9 coming out. Like I got the iPhone 7. That never was me. I never was y'all.
Who really does that though, for real?
Everybody who really love Apple like that and they got to get everything that Apple put out and that's new.
Yeah, there are some fanboys and girls.
That's how they be. I have to get it.
Everybody don't do it. Everybody don't do it just because it's that. Some people are just like, it's a phone and it integrates with my shit. Like it's a phone. I don't know. I look at shit differently though. 'Cause
All
I
Apple
feel like it's
users
just a
do it.
phone. No, not all.
They all upgrade to a new Apple iPhone. Cause shit
Because
gets slow, right?
it do.
Yep.
It do. How did this turn into Apple versus Samsung? I don't get that.
It
But
didn't turn to Apple versus Samsung. You brought up Samsung.
man, I can't wait to play
Only
this
thing
shit
I
back and
said
hear you
was
bring that shit
Apple.
up. No, and
I
'cause
said
I have a
anybody who got
Samsung.
Apple, they gonna get the brain chip. And then you was like, oh, you got Android?
Because I know what
'Cause,
you was trying to
like,
say. You think a nigga stupid. I understand
nah,
what you're
nah,
trying
nah,
to
nah,
say.
nah. You felt the way. Like it's always these Apple users who be trying to like
Because
be
nigga,
feeling the
yeah,
way. When niggas start talking about Apple, like niggas be like, oh, you got Samsung. Samsung niggas be out the way. Like we don't talk about nobody because we already know
oh
we
my
better.
god,
Like that's why I be like Samsung niggas just different. They don't move like Apple niggas. Like
man, stop
Samsung
it,
niggas just
man.
move different. We don't say nothing. We just know. Like we know it's
Man.
better. Like we don't have to say it anymore. Like we tired of like yelling at the top of our lungs because we already knew it was better back in the day. Once Steve Jobs passed away and turned into like dust, we already knew like we shining. We out here.
Samsung niggas, like Android niggas, never really said too much. It was really a one sided fight. Like really, it was just Apple people talking shit. But
Yep.
I guess some Samsung people do be like, oh yeah, like my shit better. Look at the camera. Look at the.
Man,
But it's not
that's the
it's not
thing.
as much as Apple.
Y'all had a reason to brag when Steve Johnson was around.
Not
Like,
really.
I mean, toward his later years, it was like, okay.
Yeah,
But
Samsung been better for a
like
minute.
he was dying though. Like you got to give him a little bit of bail. Like
Yeah, I guess.
it wasn't like yeah, he was revolutionary in his prime years.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But it's just like after the fact, you gotta admit, Apple been the same company for the past 10 years. At this point, it's like, what else is Apple gonna do? Like, I'm not sure. They're gonna do cars. They're gonna do.
I mean, they got Apple TV, which that's not really new, but
Of course,
that's
that's not new. That's why I don't know what you're talking about. They're gonna become Netflix.
they. I think was Apple the first one with a watch, digital watch. I don't know. I don't think so. But I mean, I don't care. I don't really care about the Apple versus Samsung.
You got an Apple Watch?
No, I don't got no damn Apple Watch.
You got an Apple tablet?
Nope. Actually, I have a Samsung tablet. Exactly. But I really don't give a fuck about Apple versus Samsung. At the end of the day, it's just niggas just buying shit, spending too much money on electronics we don't need to spend on. That's why I still got an iPhone 8 and they on the 14. So
You got the new Samsung though, right?
I did. Yeah, that S22. That shit decent, but it's just like, I mean, it is what it is.
I kind of want the Fold.
Nigga, I really was finna get a flip phone, to be honest. I was like, let me just go ahead and get a flip phone, take it back to If I could have a BlackBerry still, oh my god.
Why is
But
that?
man, that was probably my favorite phone, bro. Like everything about that shit was just, man,
What's so good about the BlackBerry?
full keyboard on that whole. Back then it
You
was
like the
lit
small
because
little buttons?
I was good on that shit though. Nigga could tell me nothing. But I would get tweets off, get texts off, BB what was it called? BBM. You can chat with other BlackBerry users. Like, nah, that was that shit. But um yeah, anyway, man, let's go ahead and let's wrap this shit up,
Nah, I
man.
never understood. 'Cause I was like, what is BlackBerry people so excited about?
That shit was
Like,
hard.
what do they got to be so excited about? What like, why do they feel like they better than anybody?
Back then?
Like, the phone is like nobody got that shit now, and they still be like, man, if I had a fucking BlackBerry, nigga, why'd you get rid of the BlackBerry? If that's how you felt, you should have kept buying them.
At that time, no.
Y'all didn't want to press no buttons.
No, at that time, everything had a button at that time until the iPhone came
When that
out.
shit got to the flat screen
Yeah, it was over
that
with.
Samsung brought,
Right.
it was a wrap.
Samsung was not the first one with the with a touchscreen.
Do iPhones use Gorilla Glass?
I don't know. You asking me shit I have no idea about.
All right, the audience, go ahead and look it up.
Let me see. Let me see. What was the first phone with?
No, I said the audience. You ain't gotta look it up.
No, I'm just trying to figure out who made the first touchscreen phone. The first one I remember was the iPhone. Oh,
Man.
it was a LG phone. Really, it was an IBM phone from 1992. But okay, interesting. IBM Simon. But all right, man. Let's go ahead and get into this love and hate game, which is when we talk about three different singles. That came out recently, or maybe some old sometimes. But talk about if we love or hate it. Love is, we love every aspect of it. Hate is, we might hate the verse, we might hate the beat, something like that, and we can go ahead and get into it. So let me go ahead and start off with my first one for you. So the first one I kind of want to ask you about. Oh, that's funny. I was gonna put this one on there too. Let's talk about Sir, man. Nothing even matters. Love or hate?
Man, I'm really loving this new track from Sir. Um, I've been actually really waiting on a new project from him since his last one, and this got me really excited for this new whatever he got cooking up over there in the TD basements. I'm just waiting to hear more. Like he dropped this one here, which makes me think that hey, there must be some type of project that's coming soon because he's really not the type of guy who would drop something and not be leading up or following up with something.
Yeah, something is on the way. I feel like I heard this a while back though. I heard it just dropped like recently. Like I saw that, but I feel like I heard this already though. Is this old?
It sounds familiar to like some of his past, like his past album, really to me.
Hmm.
Um, which makes me really excited, like from Chasing Summer.
Yeah. Yep.
But it's like if he's still on his wavelength after, because like he dropped that in 2019, 2022.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what's gonna be different? What is he doing different with this album? Or is he gonna be kind of like a Chasing Summers or Chasing Winter or Fall kind of vibe? Um,
Hmm.
I
I
guess
don't know, man.
it's whatever it is. I know I'm be blasting in like he never really misses, and I feel like that's got to be a conversation in itself. Is just his consistency over time and his albums, and
Yeah.
every single album he's been dropping has been pretty consistent to me. He's gonna be put in a different conversation pretty soon.
I will hope so. I mean, he might. I think so. I think people got to start paying more attention though. But I think he definitely could be put in that conversation. Like, oh, he one of them ones for
Yeah,
sure.
because after Chasing Summer, November. I mean, I guess it kind of started off a little bit with Seven Sundays, but I feel like it really started off with like November.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. That one before that too was pretty dope too. I think Masego was on that one. Like it was like a little EP. Masego was on there. Somebody else, but yeah, that was super dope. I'm always looking forward to new Surf for sure.
Yeah, it's like I wonder if he ever gonna get to like those superstardom realms. because he makes pretty good music and good chill music.
I
And
feel like he don't make superstar music though.
you don't think
Like
so?
I feel like superstar music like flashy, like it's like big, like you trying to go out and make a hit. I feel like Sir don't really go out and make a hit. Not that his music is not great, but I feel like he not that type of like.
I feel like he's my girl's favorite artist.
Damn, for real.
Yeah. Like
Damn.
whenever it's come down to chill or we just relaxing or just drinking or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
put on some Sir, and that's like you can't miss. Like we just put on
Yeah.
the Sir shuffle
Mm-hmm.
and get busy and nasty. Um, but that's just how I live.
I feel that sometimes you need a soundtrack for that shit.
And the Sir's really that guy for me.
Mm-hmm.
Pause.
I don't know if they needed a pause, but okay.
Just because his name's Sir and it just like it feels. All
All right, man. Let's get into the next one, man.
right, let's go ahead and do that. So the first song we got here for you is the Baby Socks.
Yeah, you know the baby has gotten came under fire recently. I'll talk about the song first though, but
That
socks. I
wasn't
think
this song.
it wasn't this song. That was
Boogeyman.
Boogeyman. Yeah.
Meg Thee Stallion.
Yeah. Socks. I thought that shit was hard. I actually heard this before I even heard about like what he said
I thought he had a
on
video.
Boogeyman for socks. Yeah, I think I saw the video before I heard like oh he was talking spicy on Boogeyman, but I thought that shit was dope. Like people always be like, "Oh, he rap all the time, like rap the same all the time." But to me, like he does, but at the same time, he throw a little different shit in there that I feel like is pretty dope. And his videos is always enjoyable. He definitely one of them people that his videos is like super dope these days. But I'm gonna say love. I know niggas hate the baby, like a lot of niggas, but I'm gonna say love. Like I definitely was fucking with this record for sure. Uh, yeah. But yeah, he has came under fire, for saying that he smacked Megan Thee Stallion before the day before Tory Lanez allegedly shot her, and I forgot exactly what he said, but yeah, he was wilding on that shit
Was
the day
anyone
before.
surprised that he smashed Meg Thee Stallion? Like I wasn't shocked by the news. It was
No,
like
who? How do we?
okay.
So you don't think it's any
I thought he
type
kind of hit
of
Lizzo.
you don't think it's any type of way he capping though?
No, I
Uh,
don't think he's not even capping about a girl he smashed. The baby
how?
ain't like that.
You don't know him though.
I know he's from North Carolina, and I know I'm from North Carolina, so I know all I need to know. I
So
know
J Cole.
niggas where I'm from.
So J Cole.
And when has J. Cole ever lied to you?
That's a good question. Great question.
He one of the most honest niggas in the game. Like
Nah, he is.
he's one of the most true to himself. Like being himself. North Carolina niggas are themselves. Like we
Yeah.
ain't trying to be everybody else. That's the problem with all y'all niggas, man. North Carolina niggas, we just different. Like play tough. What the baby say? I'm gonna send his ass up like a kite. Like that's what we do. like, like that's all it is for real. Like North Carolina's just different. Like we just to ourselves.
Yeah. That's what it seemed like. I mean, North Carolina don't really get a lot of love or attention. Like, there's a lot of major cities and states and stuff like North Carolina. Like, really, the whole East Coast really
Boom,
don't
boom,
get talked
boom,
about
boom,
unless it's DC
boom, boom,
or
boom,
Philly.
boom,
But all right,
boom,
let's get into the
boom,
next
boom.
one,
What's
man.
that Walker Texas Ranger?
Oh, that
That
song?
probably had to be
Yeah.
one of the hardest the baby songs I ever heard in my life. The song that he sent that little kid up at Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
Like with the way that bass just hit, Justin made another one.
Yeah.
Like he really made a soundtrack to that nigga's death.
Which is
Like
crazy.
he said, "But pussy boy." Like I said, oh
Yeah.
man, this nigga is like it's too real. The hip hop is. I don't know why I like niggas like the baby and what was it, Pooh Shiesty? Was
Mm-hmm.
like one of my number one albums of last year in 2021.
Yeah.
They music just be like, I know they not lying. Like
At all.
Like
We
it,
know the baby not lying for sure.
it's no lies in what he's saying. That's what I'm saying when it came to Meg Thee Stallion. Is like, okay, of course it was kind of crazy because the timeline. It's like, oh,
Yeah,
right, like she was supposed to be
that's.
fucking with Tory Lanez at the time, and this nigga the baby was in there just like yeah, yeah.
I feel
But
like that's not P though. That's not P. For him to say that on the song is not P.
I've been seeing a lot of people be like, oh, that shit corny. Like
It's
especially a
not.
lot of women shit like that. What?
It's not corny.
I feel like I'm getting sick of like people getting called out for telling their truth.
That's corny. That's not P.
No,
Gunna would
I
be
feel like
very disappointed.
I feel like it's different when you telling your life. Like it's not like you being fraud or saying something that didn't happen.
This is true.
Like if that really did happen for you, it's like why can't I speak on it? I mean that's
He not
music.
talking about. He not talking about. Come on, man. That's not. It's not P. It's just not P.
Why
Like, just
not?
think
It's
about
like what I don't. I just don't understand. Like why? Like that's what hip hop and everything is based on telling stories and what's going on. Like that you think that would engage your audience. He felt like that would engage people, and it
it. But that's why it's
obviously
not P.
did.
That's why it's not P though. Because like you did this shit just because you knew nigga was gonna be like, oh my god, this nigga really And then he put the timeline on it.
I've been like kind of like I've been seeing like little comments that be like, oh, he only did that to stay relevant. When has Meg Thee Stallion ever been more relevant than the baby?
Who's disputing that though?
That's why I'm kind of I'm trying to get it. I'm like maybe Meg Thee Stallion definitely won more awards, and she's definitely been in. Well, she was in She-Hulk in Marvel,
Yeah, shout out
and
to that.
like yeah, so like I guess like in terms of award shows and stuff, she's definitely won more than the baby.
Yeah,
Obviously. So maybe I mean maybe you can make the argument that she is bigger. But in terms of sales, she's never performed.
probably not. No,
It's
I would
not
have to see the
probably not
numbers,
like it's
but
literally like she don't perform. Like even her last album did not sell well.
has the
Like
baby ever
people,
sold well?
yeah, he's went number one in the
Meg Thee Stallion has
world.
definitely went number
Billboard
one.
number one. No,
Meg
no,
Thee
she has
Stallion.
not. She has never won a number one.
All right, we about to see
None of
right
her
now.
projects has ever went number one.
That's
Not
actually
one.
surprising.
That's not surprising at all. Like that's the thing is like, why is that surprising? Like it's just like her camping, like it's just really good. Like she sold the twerk. She sold like that's what it really is. Like all this social media. Like
Hmm.
I've been really even thinking about like social media. Like we might as well just post like have naked soft porn on our fucking page like everybody else do. You get some fucking views.
So it looked like she went number 2 and number 4 with her last 2 studio albums. One of them is platinum. So you can't say she ain't selling nothing. Am I right?
Hmm?
You heard me?
Yeah, you said number 2 and number 4.
Yeah. The baby went number 1 with Kirk and that went number 1 with Blame It on Baby. So, okay. Shout out to that. And he platinum for both of them. So, I mean, that's dope. That's dope. I mean, regardless.
Exactly. That's what I just said. I mean, I didn't lie about. I was spitting facts.
Yeah. All right, let's move on, man. Let's move on to the next one, man. Let me go ahead and talk to you about Salah. The song is called Safety. Love or hate?
I'm really loving this song. I don't exactly know how I found her, but somehow I did, and I don't regret it at all. Her voice, her songs, the way that she choreographed her music together is real beautiful. Like this song came out, I believe, like the end of March or something like that, or maybe I heard it in April. So make sure y'all go check out Salah. She's R&B, soul vibe. This track's here called Safety.
Okay, so that's a love then.
Yep, that's a love.
Okay.
All right, so the next song I got here for you is Glorilla Tomorrow 2 featuring Cardi B.
Man, that shit is such a hit, man. I like the original too, but Cardi B just came and put a different energy on it, and she was talking her shit. Like they talk about how Drake be writing captions in his songs, but like Cardi B has some captions in that motherfucking like I will see those on. If I was on Instagram like that, I definitely will see those on captions. But I think regardless, I'm really a fan of Glorilla. Cardi B, I'm a fan of her too. Like that shit was just it was just dope to see. It was just dope to see, man. Like it's a lot of women collaborations going on, man, and rap and shit like that. So I hope to see more, man. Hope to see more, rap with R&B. A lot of the women working together and making hits. So gotta be a love for me for sure. So let me bring up this last one for you. So let's talk about phony people. Nowhere but up. Love or hate.
It's a lot of love coming from me today. This is another love for sure. Another track that I really love in this week, Nowhere But Up. They just released it September 23rd. So that leads me also to believe that a project is definitely coming. This is their first single off their upcoming project.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I've seen these guys multiple times all across the U.S. Really, they're my favorite black band to see live in terms of performance and everything like that. Um, so I mean, if you guys ever see them popping up at your local jazz club or concert, a show, whatever, festival, on TV, go ahead and check these guys out. Phony people.
Yeah, man. Absolutely, man. Yeah, they
Um,
super dope.
so the last track that I got here for you is Lucky Coincidence.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a hate. I mean, it did grow on me from when I first heard it because this has been out for like a couple weeks for sure. It did grow on me, but it just wasn't. I don't know. Like usually with Lucky, I feel like his shit hit me. Like his music hit me just immediately, and I like automatically love it. But something about his new style, like he kind of switched it up, kind of going a little bit more like mainstream with it. So like, it's cool. I gotta check out the album. He did just drop an album called "Flawless Like Me," so I'm gonna go ahead and check that out soon. But for this single, it just didn't all the way connect with me. I feel like he talking the same type of shit, but it just like I don't know if it's the beat selection. I don't know what it is, but just didn't all the way connect for me this time. But it is what it is. Hopefully that album is pretty solid. But other than that, man, it's time. It's time to go ahead and wrap this shit up, man. This has been
Yeah,
the Friends
I mean, I
Podcast,
got my
man.
highlight real quick.
Oh yeah, the highlights. Yeah, go ahead and get into that.
I want to make sure that I highlight this dude right here, my guy. When it comes to the music and some of the music that I look forward to listening to, he's one of the hottest young niggas in of right now, in my opinion, up there with the NBA young boys, in that instant like that. Part of the Yo Gotti camp, CMG, and this is ESTG, and he just released his project. I never felt nothing, and this particular project right here has a lot of good features on here. It got Future. He got a good ass fucking track with Jack Harlow when they're going back and forth on backstage passes. He got that track with Jeezy. Jeezy really went back in his bag back in the day. Mixtape Jeezy for this track, The
Okay,
Realest.
okay.
I was excited for this one. The beat, everything was like perfect. I was really fucking with that track. I like the Death Around the Corner. There's a lot of track like I really like Hell. Like this whole project is 21 tracks, so go ahead and give it a listen. 52 minutes. A good listen for sure.
Yeah, folks, go ahead and check that out when y'all get a chance,
Never
man.
felt nothing.
Yeah, man. I wanna shout out some shit that bring me back to my childhood. Man, shout out to UGK in general, to be honest, but shout out to Bun B, man. I want to talk about Get Throw, which was like that shit was a hit back then. I'm just looking at it. Okay, so Mike Dean mixed that. That's crazy. This came out in '05. Mike Dean mixed this shit. So Get Throw by Bun B featuring Pimp C, Jay Z, Jeezy, Zero. Um Yeah, man, just a classic Houston track, man. It's one of many though. So go check out Get Throwed when y'all get a chance, and go ahead and check out that I Don't Feel None by ESTG as well. But
Yes, sir.
other than that, man, this has been the Friends Podcast. Man, thank you
Yep.
so much for listening. If you got this far, man, so be up out of here.
Peace and love. This is the Friends Podcast, folks.